Good day, folks. This is Asianverse. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm here to take you into the future. This video share is a little bit delayed because I had to absorb the contents of the live stream, and I was busy in the past day or so. I was a little bit tired to record this video that I'm doing right now. But personally speaking, I think this is a key, if not vital, direction in which the next Earth Metaverse platform is taking in. As you can see depicted by the title of this live stream that David Taylor has done a day and a half ago, Next Earth Live, putting us on the map. This is pretty much what's happening in this live stream that they did about a day and a half ago. And also, just interesting enough, pay attention to the backdrop. What do you see up there? Burj Khalifa. Okay, Burj Khalifa. They were hosting the hackathon or the hacking tournament that they sponsored a couple live streams back. And for those of you who are in the know or in the loop, Dubai is also a pretty heavy base right now for crypto industries or crypto businesses or crypto infrastructure, whatever you call it right now. So I believe for those crypto enthusiasts out there, or for those of you who are heavily involved in crypto, Dubai is a pretty good place to head out to if you're in that direction. I think I'm personally considering Dubai in the near future if the situation suits me. Anyhow, the live stream is 31 minutes with quite a lot of dense content and information. I think I am going to skip around a little bit and just cut to the vitals or to the most important part, since this live stream is conducted in English. And para idiomas diferente, click aquí. Okay, you can choose the idiomas in idiomas diferente, such as español. Okay, if you want to choose Spanish, español, click aquí. Okay, en español. Et la même chose en français ou in other en français. Pour exemple, clique ici et, et, et choisir français. Ok, c'est là en français. Or any other language of your preference. Okay, they have machine translation for almost any other known main languages out there. Okay, please excuse me, I only speak English and Chinese Mandarin. People who obviously this share is in English right now, and I'm narrating this in English, but if you obviously speak Chinese Mandarin, I do conduct, or I do share I do share my videos in both English and Chinese. So if you prefer Mandarin Chinese, in which case you probably shouldn't be watching this video, head over to the Chinese videos. I do most of my videos in both English and Chinese. Okay, now for the sake of this video, I'm gonna close the subtitles just so that it doesn't influence the quality of the video that much. Okay, let's jump right into it.
Then we can jump into one. Cool, awesome. Yeah, thanks for inviting me all the way to Dubai for this special edition. Some of you know I'm a pretty big fan and community member for Next Earth and have been for a few months. I'm a landowner. I'm a token holder, and as some of you have seen me articulate in the Discord channel, The reason I'm so passionate about Next Earth is because I believe the world's commerce is moving to the metaverse. But the metaverse is way more than just gaming in a 3D environment. For me, the metaverse is about a digital extension of our physical life. And what is so cool about Next Earth, particularly for my company, which we're about to share more about, around transportation, is that the Next Earth as an Earth-based metaverse is the premier platform for a company like IOMOB, my company, to get exposure to and to bring amazing clients in the transportation space who want to participate in the metaverse and engage with all of you, but also engage with people who are actually going to travel in the real world. That's mixed reality, and that's something very unique that the Next Earth platform enables, and we're excited to be one of your first partners. So what I really love is having these long conversations with you.
I think one key and one takeaway in this past a minute snippet is that think Amazon, think Yahoo, think of all these online retailers 20, 30 years ago. Back then, people were thinking like, why would I shop online? I can literally visit a brick and mortar or visit a physical store and buy whatever I like. Why should I shop online? Now, I believe 80 to 90% of all retail sales or, you know, store merchandise are sold online. Think about Amazon.com. All right. If you move over to Asia, think about Alibaba. Back in the West, think of eBay. All these platforms have transformed the way we buy and shop. Okay. And I believe the metaverse is going to change all that too. So, right now is the year 2022. I believe 2025, 2030, 2040, 2050 kids or children born in this year or in the next few years or even in 2021, 2020, 2019, they are born into the metaverse and they will be adopters of that technology right out of the womb or whatever you call it. So I think it's a pretty defining that all these changes are taking place. I mean, think about 20 years ago when Nokia was king of the crop, right? Dumb phones were around. Nokia 6610, 6660, I think was that model. Nokia 3310, Nokia 3330, Nokia 3350. Dumb phones ruled the roost. Okay, it was cool if you had a Sony Ericsson. Now look at Apple, look at Samsung, look at all the main phone brands, right? It's only been 10 to 20 years and we are seeing such a change. So I believe the metaverse is here to shape the way we do things and also shape the economy, so to speak. My personal opinion, that is.
Like transportation later, having travel to the map. But I think it's pretty like hard concept to cross at first. So why don't we, instead of talking, why don't we show what we're about to do with Next Earth and IOMOB? Let's just show the video that we've prepared for you guys. Let's do that. I want to see it myself. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull up the.
All right, guys, check this part. This is the most exciting part out of the whole video, I believe. So if you look carefully over here, okay, this is my takeaway anyway, all right? This is the Next Earth platform, all right, merged with a transportation layer. Now over here you see bus, train, subway, ferry, taxi, bike, motorcycle, scooter, parking, walk. Basically, Next Earth is literally merging with transportation networks around the world. Around the world. You heard that right. And it's gonna totally disrupt the way we travel and collaborate with the metaverse. Folks, I dare you. This page is absolutely mind blowing. All right. For those of you who reside in Europe, you probably know the company Vueling, okay, empowered by Next Earth, London to Barcelona, Vueling, okay, taxi, etc. Okay, now the exciting part is coming. All right, Vueling is a major airline company in Europe. I believe for those of you who are in Europe or who has taken Vueling airplanes, etc.
Okay. So, are we actually traveling to the metaverse or what? We are, and the ironic about that is it's not a set quantity of the metaverse. People don't need to travel in the metaverse. That's all in the metaverse. You can go in and go to the house, but the natural vision of the metaverse is perfect. As people get immersive exposure to transition opportunities, the places they want to visit, the lands they desire, they might want to buy, and actually go into real life and visit them by booking them through the next day. What I love about this is that it shows a really easy to understand and clear use case, which means that when you travel in the real world using any kind of transportation system that is working with IOMOB as a transport layer. Now, I understand that it might be a bit hard to understand what the transport layer means as a business because it's like a very enterprise heavy B2B heavy business. But for landowners, we're basically talking about travel to earn in a sense, right? You have land, somebody uses that land, you're going to basically generate income as you're basically taking a toll on using that public transportation layer. Yeah, so what IOMOB does, to take a step back, IOMOB is a decentralized internet and mobility network. So we seamlessly integrate rail, trains, scooters, taxis, bike sharing services, parking, EV charging into one network. And we enable clients to access that network and then offer to their users so that they can easily travel around the world or around their city without downloading a bunch of apps. Okay, that's what IOMOB does. What are we going to enable in the next metaverse? We will enable people to get exposure and immerse themselves in potential journeys they'd like to do in the real world, but via the Next Earth platform. They can book and pay for those services in the Next Earth platform with our technology through this transportation layer. They will get a companion app, a mobile app, because think about it, all of us who use the Next Earth all the time, right? It's a great web interface, but not the best way to go scan your QR code for your train ticket or your plane ticket. A little difficult. I mean, I do travel quite a lot. When I was living in England, I was traveling all the time. It's always a hassle. And it just makes so much sense that we have an Earth-based metaverse and just adding a transportation layer to the map is really simple. Yeah. But it's what I think is crucial is that you're not having an idea stage company. Right. It's important because a lot of people have been asking about, other launchpad projects and other companies we've been working with and we're partnering up with. And it's always like, yeah, but when things are coming up, when you will have more information. So why don't you tell a few things about it? What IOMOB is, we already know that, where you guys are. Yeah. Because I think IOMOB as a startup is quite impressive. One of your earliest investors, one of your lead investors, was an early investor in the Sandbox. I just met Lloyd's investor about an hour ago, just before we went to live, and that's actually the reason why we had to start a bit late because that meeting overrun a bit. So yeah, you have a pretty impressive track record. You have an impressive team of 30 people. Yeah. Okay. And you're based in Barcelona. Correct. Okay. So How did this whole thing happen, IOMOB? Yeah, so Joseph Sanjuasana is our CTO co-founder.
Okay, I'm gonna pause there for a moment. So basically, what's happening over here is that, according to my understanding anyway, for those of you who are in Next Earth or who will be using Next Earth, or those people who are adopting Next Earth and using that transportation app. So, for instance, let me give an example, right? This is Barcelona, right? So, some user from that company or using the companion app is flying from Barcelona to London. Now, you as a Next Earth landowner, you own land in Barcelona and in London. Okay, so this particular person who is traveling from Barcelona to London using the companion app will have to then pay you a toll fee for passing through the lands that you bought on the Next Earth Metaverse platform. I mean, how cool is that? Think about that for us for an instance, okay? Think about that for a second. This is transforming the way that e-commerce or I mean, rather, this is literally how it's going to benefit landowners on the Next Earth Metaverse platform by people who are literally traveling in the world. This is literally seamlessly integrating real world or real life with virtual worlds. Okay, so I repeat that again. So basically, if a person had to, who would travel from, let's say, Barcelona to London, you happen to have purchased virtual land on the Next Earth Metaverse platform in Barcelona and in London. That person who is traveling from Barcelona to London, will literally have to pay you a toll fee, so to speak, by traveling between these two places. Now imagine how many people will be doing that around the world. It's mind-boggling and blowing to think about that for a second. It's just unfathomable in a sense, I'd say.
Cities. And we incorporated IOMOB in 2018. So as you said, we are not we're not an idea stage company. We've been building this for 4 years.
Okay, viewers, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit since this video is in English anyway, so most of you who's watching this live stream or my share, actually, you'll be able to reference the video in the link below. I'm simply here to inform that this thing is happening and sort of share a few opinions from my side.
Commercial deployment of our technology with major multi-billion-dollar clients, and then when they get to their destination, use the same app to move around the city they're going. So that app is a companion app going live next month. Is something we're going to talk about in about 20 minutes. Is going to be part of our very first multinational company in the transport space joining us to be the very first to support booking of their service in any metaverse anywhere in the world. And that journey will be able to be taken with that user. They booked in the metaverse and Nextr in their phone. But I just want to do one last point. You talked about how this is cool for the Next Earth community in terms of how it'll give back. I want to be real clear about that. Our business model is that we offer this technology to large transportation companies. We generate commissions from bookings of journeys that happen in our technology. Those same commissions we earn normally, we will earn through Next Earth-based bookings, and we will be sharing some of that as passive revenue back to people who own transportation infrastructure in the Next Earth. Wow. So basically, we're giving utility, serious utility, but not just the platform, but also the land. So we're launching a business, and I just want to reiterate this. So IOMOB is launching the transportation service where you can book journeys within Next Earth, and through the bookings with the transport companies, you generate a commission-free fee, and the portion of that comes back to Next Earth as platform fees, just like what we said. in the original white paper. Exactly. Right? Okay, so let me take a look at my.
Ladies and gentlemen, folks, I think the key is transportation infrastructure. If you own land that's transportation infrastructure related, you'll be able to earn passively when this thing rolls out. Amazing. Absolutely amazing, in my opinion, anyway.
We check about today's agenda, and let's talk about how we're going to work together. Because, and I think you guys probably are already guessing it, but IOMOB is having a decentralized infrastructure, which means that they will be having their own tokens, and you're already raising, like you're already doing the SAFT round for your tokens, right? Yes. So basically, there are already buyers for your tokens, there are, yes. Even though the tokens have not been public. Yeah, have not gone public. So what have you prepared for us as the Next Earth community, as like a veteran Next Earthian? Exactly. I think I'm very passionate about the Next Earth community. I know a lot of you are frustrated with the pace of evolution of Next Earth, but as a CEO of a software company, I have a lot of empathy for the ambition Next Earth has, and that things take time to execute in the roadmap, just like they do for us. But what we are going to do for the Next Earth community, as a very committed member of the Next Earth community, is set aside a portion of our tokens and offer a private sale at a pretty substantial discount only to Next Earth community members. And we already have a white paper. It's not something that will happen in the future. We have it, and we're working with the Next Earth team to actually come up with a model that will allow you to have access to that white paper before anyone else in the world except our private venture funds have seen. Basically, you guys get first pass on IOMOB and the IOM tokens, and the new launchpad is going through testing stage. The development has been finalized, and once the devs say that it's completely fully operational, we're going to put all the information on the launchpad about IOMOB and also make the light paper available to see. There's a tiered system, which means, as we said, the longer time you've been holding NXTT, the more benefits, the earlier access you will get to things like the light paper. So there is going to be the tiered system for the launchpad. So
one note about the Launchpad though, past experience regarding the NXTT tokens, um, as I've mentioned earlier before, if you want to buy virtual land, okay, you simply take the registration link in the description box below to be entitled to a 5% discount on all land purchases on the Nexo platform. Okay, the registration link is down below in the description box. However, if you want to buy whatever the project is launching or tokens associated with the launchpad on the Next Earth Metaverse platform, there's a very high possibility that KYC will be required. And in that respect, I'm not sure what the future rules are regarding this particular IOMOB project, but certain countries will most probably be excluded from participating in the Launchpad project per legal advice by the Next Earth Metaverse platform. Okay, it's not up to me to decide which countries are excluded and which countries are eligible, or rather, members of which countries are excluded or members of which countries are eligible. But I'm sure in due course they will announce people from certain countries who can participate. It would be even more awesome if everybody can participate. But I'm pretty sure they will announce uh, which countries or members from which countries can participate in the Launchpad project launch when the right time comes. That is, all right. When the right time comes, that is. I'm trying to phrase things correctly, as you guys can see over here.
There is more, isn't it? Because if you've watched that animation video pretty closely, what you've seen is that the IOM tokens, what we're looking at here is that actually every time somebody books a journey to Next Earth, it's not just that there is some commission fee and the decentralized reward pool will be basically filled up through the revenues your company is generating. But also, if you own land that where the journey you're passing through that land, if someone total stranger goes through a journey and they pass through your land in a real life, you will get tokens because they're using your land, so you basically get to collect a toll, right? Exactly. And this is, guys, but I've been saying this for so long. The virtual land is a productive asset, right? NXTT is a monetary asset. Your revenue goes into the reward pool and then available through staking. But then virtual land is a productive asset. If somebody is doing something of value like traveling, you get to earn money with it. And that's where the productive asset and the monetary asset thing comes into play. And that's how they balance each other out.
So what David Taylor is trying to say over here is that don't just own NXTT tokens, also own virtual land on the NextEarth Metaverse platform. And to me, it's worth clarifying that I believe land on the NextEarth Metaverse platform is not that expensive yet. Okay, come on, like a 6x4 area over here only sets back to about 40 USDT or less. Okay, so price per tile is 1.65 USDT, and this is Barcelona. Okay, I suppose this is in the CBD areas of Barcelona. Just out of the blue, Barcelona airporto. I'm gonna just aeropuerto. Excuse me. No habla español. I'm just Barcelona. I'm just okay. Barcelona, El Prat Josep Tarradellas Airport. Okay. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. I'm not Spanish. Okay. Now, for instance, talking about owning transportation infrastructure. Oh, this area is 1,000 USDT, so price per tower is 0.35 only. I believe the price went up by 1,552%. Yeah, that kind of explains it. Okay, but I suppose you don't have to purchase such a big area. Okay, let's say for this runway over here. Yeah, 6.61 USDT, very, very, very cheap still. Okay, extremely cheap. So, yeah, what am I saying? Okay, let's say this area, just outside of the terminal building. Yeah, 21.4 USD. So, folks, you get my drift. Okay, land prices on NextEarth Metaverse platform is still very, very cheap. Okay, extremely cheap.
Let's see what else we have, because I think we could talk about the longer term vision. I'm just so eager to reveal that it's actually we're not only having one guest today, we're also having somebody else, because it's not just talking. Talking is fine, but it's not enough. And you guys have always asked us to show you concrete things, right? To give you an idea of how we are going mainstream, how we are going to conquer the world, how we are creating the metaverse. So why don't we go mainstream? Should we go mainstream? Let's do it, man. I'm ready. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm just gonna look at my computer here, and I'm gonna ask the tech team to. If you watch the video closely, you will see that one of the journeys that's highlighted relates to an airline that's part of a massive multi-billion-dollar organization. So are we live? Are we live? All right. Jesus, hi.
I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit for this part because there was some technical difficulty when they were connecting live to this person.
Guys, I'm gonna ask you who are watching the video. Let me know if you can hear Jesus as he's talking. Overall view of what we are, what we do represent as Airline. We are part of the IAG group. It's one of the major airline groups in the world, together with Iberia, BA, Airlines, Level, and Vueling. We are part of those the IAG group. Vueling main hub is in Barcelona, where we do operate from main cities. Yeah. Sorry. Um, yeah, it's from Vueling, which is a European Europe based.
Okay, so the point of connecting to that person is yes. Okay, the Next Earth Metaverse platform, uh, in connection with IOMOB, is has literally signed a collaboration with Vueling in Europe. Okay, now those of you based in Europe, I believe the Vueling airline company is based in Barcelona. This is absolutely crazy because think about the customer base that a company, an airline company like this has. All right, now collaborating with a company like this or an airline company like this is gonna bring a huge impact towards the Next Earth Metaverse platform. At least that's how I see it.
Personal airline. Yeah, do you want me to share a little bit about Vueling? And I want, yeah, I mean, I can talk about that, but you guys have been working with Vueling in the background to bring this partnership to Next Earth. So go ahead. Super excited about Vueling. They before COVID had 35 million annual passengers. They have a lot of ambition around supporting sustainability, and that's both through the air and also helping people choose more sustainable modes of mobility when they're on the ground, going to from the airport and the rest. We've been excited about collaborating for a long time, and how we were able to finally get to that collaboration point because of our collaboration with Next Earth, and that was the trigger that really got the rest of the Vueling executive team excited and said, "Let's do this now. It's time to add this component to our airline experience." So anybody who books a flight in Next Earth will be able to also access their flight in a companion app made by IMO, and then be able to move around the cities that they're traveling to with the Vueling powered app that is Next Earth enabled, all part of this mixed reality experience. And in case you're not sure who Vueling is, before COVID, 35 million passengers. They're part of the IAG group, which is British Airways, Iberia, 130 million, I think, annual passengers, maybe more, I can't remember. And it's worth mentioning that Vueling has a brand of being one of the most innovative airlines in the IAG group and beyond. And they tend to be an early adopter of new technology. And with us, they want to become the very first airline in the world to enable bookings of airline flights in any metaverse in the world. First airline in the world. Finally, we can say this. In the metaverse. I've been so excited to finally tell you guys this, but we are bringing the first commercial airline to the metaverse. And you know what? It's not that we're going to do it. We've actually done it. So you have the contract with them. You have a live partnership with Vueling, and I'm still trying. I'm still hoping that we can get the audio done. But if we can't, I will just ask Jesus to record a video of him greeting the Next Earth community, and we can share that afterwards. Because technology can always go sideways. So right now, once the transport product that you're developing goes live within Next Earth, you will already be able to book Vueling flights within the Next Earth metaverse. And anytime somebody books a Vueling flight, you will actually go through, like fly over a bunch of land that will generate revenue for all the landowners because they are going through that. And what's really interesting is how we can now start working on not only enabling metaverse travel to our community, but also to start attracting people who are outside the Next Earth metaverse that 35 million passengers every single year are now potential next Earthians. I hope you guys get that, because the partnership we're building is going to make all those Vueling passengers potential landowners, potential token holders, because we have direct relationship with them. So, first commercial airline in the metaverse, enabled by IOMOB, who is doing a token sale that they will start on the Next Earth launchpad, brought to you by Limitless. Amen. Amen.
So guys, this is nuts. Okay, this is absolutely nuts. The first commercial airline to enter the metaverse space. Okay, I don't know how much you understood from that, but basically, literally seamlessly integrating virtual with real. Okay, virtual world with real world. Once somebody uses the Next Earth Metaverse companion app developed by IOMOB to book a flight in the real world, and well, they obviously fly and they make use of this technology, and us landowners in that area would obviously then earn passively, earn a commission or earn an income from these travelers. And how many did he mention? 35 million annual passengers that use the Vueling airline. That's absolutely amazing and mind-boggling, in my opinion.
Awesome. Oh man, I've been waiting to have this conversation in front of cameras for so long. For so long. Because, you see, I'm a product guy, and I'm very anxious to see and build products all the time that create value. But building products is a long process, right? You've mentioned this to the community that, you might get frustrated over time because it's a gruesome process to build utility and build value. But this is why we started building Next Earth, this platform as a service. So great companies like IOMOB can join not just the launchpad, but also start building services on top of the Next Earth platform, the Next Earth ecosystem, in order for their clients to join the metaverse. And I just hope you guys understand the relationships here, because through IOMOB, it's not just Vueling that we will have. You also mentioned the railway company, right? And how many companies are you in touch with? We have commercial contracts with over 50 transportation operators right now. So Vueling is just the first of many. Exactly. And you have those contracts. They're already revenue generating contracts for your company, either as clients or as supply in our ecosystem. So what kind of data do you have when we go to the Next Earth transport layer, when the user can log in and see the transport layer and start making bookings? Yeah, I mean, I think first for your community, so you can really transparently, quickly understand how we're going to do this. We're still working with the tech teams at both to actually figure out the exact roadmap. But the idea is, as we all know, all of us Next Earthians know, there's a screen mode category, right? There's this drop down box. You can look at the satellite view, satellite street views, and other views. Why can't there be, and there will be, a transport view? You click on the transport view, powered by IOMOB, inside the Next Earth. When you're in that version of the Next Earth world, it's fed by our technology, which is a transportation layer of the world, and you will be able to engage in immersive journey options and exploration and booking and paying over the next several months of journeys that you can discover inside the Next Earth and experience in the real world. Again, the mixed reality of getting exposure in the Next Earth and living that life in the physical world as well is what we're going to bring to everyone. Amen to that. All right, guys. So
Once again, very, very exciting. So, picture Google Maps, right? Although Next Earth doesn't use that technology, they use Mapbox. So, picture Google Maps, all right? So, let's say, for instance, you have different layers. This is South Africa, all right? right? Just FYI, you have different areas. You have the terrain levels. Okay, you have the terrain levels, not terrain levels. You have different layers. Here you have the terrain level. You have the traffic level, and you have the transit level. Okay. So when you enable, disable these different, sorry, I'm using the wrong wording over here. You have the terrain layer, you have the traffic layer, and you have the transit layer. Okay, that's basically what I'm trying to say over here. So I believe in this case there's gonna be different overlays and the next Earth Metaverse platform that's going to be incorporated in the next couple of months for us next Earthians, or if you folks are already registered and have already bought land in the next Earth Metaverse platform to make use of and to proceed with bookings, etc. I mean, that's really, really freaking cool in my personal opinion.
Just gonna take a look at the questions here, see if we can answer some of them. One of the first questions that I'm seeing already is how to buy IOMOB token. This is very good news for you, but and the answer to that is, as I said, we are going to have the Launchpad site coming up, and you already have the white paper done, you already have a website, you already have everything. But right now, like, where can people find you? Where can people talk to you, ask questions?
Awesome. Yeah, obviously, as you said, I'm also very active in the Discord channel for Nexter. IOMOB has our own Discord channel, which is IOM, and we can share afterwards the link to the Discord and IOMOB so that some of you who are interested can join. We're talking about doing an AMA through your Discord over the next week or two, where I can engage with all of you to answer more questions about what we're doing, our technology. You can go to our website. We have two websites, IOMOB.net and internetofmobility.org, which is our platform for promoting our decentralization roadmap. With respect to the token sale, I'm glad somebody asked that because something that's really important.
IOMOB.net. IOMOB.net. I'm actually not too sure if this is the right um, right website. It's the first time that I'm on this website, but according to what's being mentioned in the live, it sounds like IOMOB. All right, so yeah, don't flame me or shoot me if this is not the correct website for what's being mentioned in the live stream. But it kind of sounds like it is the one because cities, regions, and nations, rail mass, etc. Yeah, I think this is the one, right? Because I haven't checked the real I haven't checked the actual yeah website for IOMOB yet. So yeah, don't shoot me if this isn't the correct one, but I'm just trying to check it out. Anyhow.
As well is that there is no other retail investors that have access to IOMOB tokens right now. The first retail investors in the world that are getting access, only venture funds have been able to invest in our tokens so far. And we decided,
locked up, right? They're not going to sell that.
They're locked.
This
they're
is
required
really
for lockup. Yeah.
Okay,
so
so every single institutional investor that have been purchasing our tokens, their tokens are
IOMOB.net. Yeah, okay. I just received confirmation from the official Next Earth customer support that this is the correct web address for IOMOB, which is really awesome. It's really, really cool. Okay, they look like they have a diverse portfolio for what they do, which is quite reassuring. I believe in my case that is.
being able. They can't sell. Good. I just wanted to make that clear because people want because they are practically whales.
Yeah.
And it's important for the community to know that the wallets that they hold are locked up.
Exactly, for 2 years. There's a 1 year total lockup and then 1/12 over 12 months until the 2 years are up. And most of our investors believe in the long-term value of the IOMOB token economy, and they have no interest in selling soon anyway. Just like I hope most of the NXTT community is the same way. But the first retail investors in the world that are getting access to the IOMOB token before we do a public sale are the NXTT.
You heard that right. So apart from institutional investors who are allowed to buy IOMOB tokens, they won't sell for 2 years. Now, the other retail or the average investor or just the normal average person investor who may buy IOMOB tokens are literally members of the Next Earth Metaverse platform. If I heard that correctly, that is. That's amazing. That's awesome because we are in on a mega, or if not a very, very potential, if I can say it that way, potential token out here.
I don't know, guys. Is there anything we wanted to say, or is there anything else we could say, we would want to say? Like, you guys are putting us on the map. Vueling, the first commercial airline in the metaverse, is putting us on the map, literally. And I cannot tell you guys how excited I am for that. 35 million passengers every single year on our potential next Earth landowners.
35 million passengers per year on our potential next Earth landowners. That's a very, very promising number.
Is they have utility, because once this new product goes live, you have to have something to do, right? Travel to earn, baby. Travel to earn. Alright, guys. I think it's a wrap. I think we're gonna go and enjoy the sunset here in Dubai. I'm very happy that you actually accepted our invitation to come here, and even though the tech was a bit fuzzy, I'm really happy that you got Jesus to come and say hi to the community. The team sent me a note that they already asked him to record a video note, and we will share that on our social channels, so you can also meet him and understand their perspective, because Jesus is a great guy. He's been championing this partnership for a while within Vueling, and he will go down in history as the first person at a commercial airline who figured that they should go to the metaverse. That is true. That is true. History in the making.
And which metaverse?
Next Earth.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah, that one. All right. Let's do it. Cool, guys. Thank you so much for chiming in. And this was just me and Boyd and Vueling doing our Thursday YouTube live from Dubai. See you in the metaverse.
So yes, folks, basically, travel to earn defined in the metaverse. All right, so if you understood that, I believe this thing has a lot of potential. Right, and once again, I'm just going to repeat this quickly. For those of you who are not NXTT landowners, please make use of the registration link in the description box below for a 5% discount on all virtual land purchases on the Next Earth Metaverse platform. Trust me, you won't regret. Okay. And once you become a member and eventually launchpad projects, you'll have to KYC, and then I suppose you'll have to see whether you're eligible or not. But please, register through that link for a 5% discount on all land purchases on the Next Earth Metaverse platform. And as usual, if you like my videos, please do not hesitate to give me a like. That's what motivates me to continue making these videos, and I believe that I'm making pretty informative videos for all those respected viewers out there for my channel. So please don't hesitate to like my videos and subscribe to my channel for all future updates regarding the Next Earth Metaverse platform or progresses thereof. and potential new projects on the Bybit exchange platform's Launchpad on Launchpool. This is Asianverse. I'm here to take you into the future, and yeah, the next video is most probably going to be next week, Thursday's live stream, if that's not going to be highly mistaken. I hope you enjoyed this video because to me it's quite disruptive. It might just change the shape and the view of the entire metaverse in the industry, in my opinion, that is, okay? Although the above video, this video share that I just did is not investment advice. Please proceed at your own risk and make an educated investment, okay? But I do believe that this is the future. All right, so that's it from me. And again, this is the Vueling website. This is IOMOB, and this is Next Earth. Okay, if you want to purchase virtual land, do not hesitate to use the registration link in my description box below the video that I'm sharing right now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have an awesome weekend ahead. Goodbye.